What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing and review of the 1MORE Q21 True Wireless Earbuds. Huge shout out to 1MORE for supplying these for an honest unboxing and review. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's talk price. You can pick these up for $25.99. Excellent budget price for these. You can get two colors. You got black, as you can see here, and also white. As far as specs go, these guys rock Bluetooth 5.4 with codec support for AAC, SPC, and LDAC, as you can see here. You got, as far as noise canceling, you got their Quiet Max intelligent active noise canceling technology built in. You know we will definitely test that. As far as battery life, the earbuds with noise canceling off, you can get up to 5.5 hours of playback time. With the case, you get up to 22 hours. With noise canceling turned on, you get up to 4 hours of playback time. With the case, you get up to 18 hours. There is no fast charging feature with these, and there is no wireless charging as well. As far as water resistance rating, these are rated IPX5, so you can definitely get caught in the rain. You can definitely take these and work out in them. No problem with the worry about sweat and water resistance. You're good to go. As far as features, each earbud has a 12mm titanium coated dynamic drivers. They got advanced AI noise reduction for clear calls, which consists of dual microarrays in each earbud. You got wireless high-res audio certification, as you can see here. Low latency for gaming. You got touch controls, multi-point connectivity, and app support for Android and iOS. So let's go ahead and jump right into these. Again, huge shout out to 1MORE for providing these for this video. All right, break the knife out. Put that away for someone to get hurt. All right, here we go. Let's get in here. It's been a while since I unboxed a 1MORE device, so it's pretty good to have them back in. All right, so let's make sure there's no tape anywhere. Okay, let's go ahead and get the box off. The top off, rather. Alright. So right off, here's what we got. We got our earbuds here. We'll set them to the side right now. Let's go, got that filler. And here we have, let's see, we'll start here with the documentation. Alright, you got your QR code for tech support. And of course, you got our quick start, our user guide. And let's go ahead and dive into here. Underneath number one, we have our earbuds, or ear tips. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead. We're going to just rip that open. These guys out. If they will come out. I think they got static and everything. All right, there we go. Get on out of there. Okay, so we got our large and small ear tips on here. So the medium is on the earbuds themselves. Okay, so now we got those. And let's see. There is no charging cable, so you don't have a USB-C to USB-A charging cable, which normally comes with these, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and put that off to the side here, and let's take a look at these earbuds. Again, it's nice, small, very nice and thin case, matte finish, so you ain't got to worry about scratches or fingerprints. All right, you got the 1MORE branding here on the front. You got your charging LED. Looks like that's it right there on the bottom. And of course, on the bottom, you got on the very bottom, you got your USB-C charging port and your pairing button. So again, very slick. Then crack that open. As you can see, just you got your earbuds in there. I like the fact that they're matte with the gloss finish. We pull these out, kind of mimicking or matching the actual case. That looks nice. All right, I like that. You got your traditional stem style design, but I just love the how the mat is all the way around. You just got that one strip of gloss right here where your one more logo on it. Very nice. You got your charging contacts here at the bottom. Looks really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and pop these on, or in rather. Let's see what we got going on with this. All right. Okay, very comfortable. Let me go ahead and switch the camera over so you guys can see me. All right, take a look. This is how they look in the ear. Again, I'm using the medium-sized ear tips. So, still got, feels good, nice and light. The stem is kind of long, but that's okay. Very, even with the medium tips, they're not coming out. Even with the semi-hard shake, they didn't even loosen up. Even if you open the jaw, because sometimes when you work your jaw, when you're talking, they tend to loosen up. Or if you're like you chewing gum with them, and tend to loosen up in your ear. But so far, nothing there. Everything seems to be pretty solid, pretty still. Again, these are with the medium ear tips. I more than likely will switch over to the large ones. But still, very comfortable. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys paired up and take a walk through the app. All right, we are back in. Let's go ahead and get these guys paired up. We'll go ahead and get these guys in pairing mode. Again, no fast pair or Google Fast Pair for these. Okay, put them in pairing. They are in pairing mode, so let's go ahead and pair them up. Yep. All right, we got our slider. And as you can see, they are paired up. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Just want to dive in, see if there's any hidden features. All right, let's go ahead and expand out, get into our tablet mode. We'll go ahead and jump into the One More app. Let's make sure these guys are connected. We're going to... This one just still had a tape on the bottom. There we go. Okay, so, yep, we're going to connect. All right, there we go. Now we're going to go into the defaults. They tell you to double tap. And then, of course, against, how you're answering in phone calls, we completed there. We got the black ones. See, they come in black and white. All right, let's get in. All right, right off the bat, we are in the app. Let's go ahead and make sure that there is, okay. Doesn't see any type of firmware update, so let's take a quick walkthrough. You got a picture of the earbuds here and the case. You got their respective battery levels. For some reason, it's not picking up the left one, so let's go ahead and put that one back in. All right, now we got the left and right. Okay, there we go. And, of course, you got the case with its battery level. Excuse me. You got your listening modes. You can turn off. You got ANC and you got transparency. If you hit ANC, you just got that on. You get transparency. You just got that on. All right. So there is no levels to transparency or ANC on this one. So let's back up. You got your sound options. You got your EQ presets. You got studio, bass reducer, bass boost. Bass reducer is here. You got your voice enhancement, classical. And then you got pop. All right. So again, I don't see anything for a oops, I went out. I don't see anything for a custom equalizer, so you do not have that feature as well, which is a shame. All right, then you got your custom settings. All right, you can go in. You got double tap for play pause on the left. You can get a whole bunch of options, but you only got double press and triple press. So which is really just really bums me out. So you got play pause, then you got voice controls. See, if I was gonna do that, I'll do play pause here. This is my left, so I will go back a track, and on the right, I would go track next. All right, so we'll go ahead and play with that when we come back. But basically, you're very, very limited, which is a shame. All right, and then of course you got your shortcuts where you can turn on LDAC. You got gaming mode. And of course, when you turn it on, there will be a delay to it. So we'll go ahead and play with that a little later on. All right. Then of course you got your quick start guide, quick guide to the product, and let's go into settings here. In here you can do some of the stuff that's legacy with One More, like the smart burn-in. You got your firmware update. Like going back to the burn-in, it's basically they say the longer the earbuds are playing, the more they get played, the better they sound because the diaphragms expand and they allow you to get a better sound range, better sound stage. Everything just sounds better the more playtime that they get. So the smart burn is their way of allowing the audio just to continue to play nonstop for infinitum, I guess. But I guess it's like 4 hours or something like that. You can start to burn in and everything. And for the One More earbuds, going back to the Evos and then before those, it did work in my opinion. It did work. It did improve their sound and stuff. But and they still go along with that. Okay, you got your firmware update here. So we are on the current version, so there's no worries there. You got your music. Go in there, takes you out to the festival that they have. And you got your product, your controls. You got your product color. You can change that. Ads. Okay, you can, after closing, open screen ads will no longer display, so you don't have to worry about that. Experimental features. You can go in here. You got your multi-point connectivity. Now, we're going to test that and see if they changed that with the LDAC as well. Then, of course, you got your pairing pop-up window. All right, so basically, it will just activate to check the battery level. You don't need, if you don't want that, you don't have to have that on. All right, so we'll come back and play with the multi-point connectivity feature there. All right, and then, of course, you got your support options, your FAQ, connect, contact us rather, and One More, about One More. So very streamlined app from what I'm used to with the One More devices. Again, it's been a little bit, so they really streamed it down, and I guess for the price point, I could see why. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, we're going to get into, let's go into those experimental features. We're going to turn on the dual connection, and then we're going to go ahead and test that out. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in. What we're going to do is we're going to test the multi-point connectivity feature on these as well. As you can see, we have the dual device connection option turned on. And also, I want to quickly show you guys one more thing. Let me see. I went in the wrong one. All right. So let's see where we at. Listening mode. Nah, where's it at? Don't mind me. I keep going back there. Oh no, I know where the shortcuts. There it is. So you can have multi-point turned on and LDAC turned on at the exact same time. I remember for the longest time that feature was not available with the One More earbuds and headphones, where you couldn't have LDAC and multi-point at the same time. We can do that here. I am so stoked about that. But real quick, let's go ahead and Test the multi-point. Now that you know that's turned on, so we're going to turn off Bluetooth on the Z Fold 6. We're going to pop the earbuds back into the case. All right, and now we'll come over here to the Tab S10 Ultra. And we're going to get these guys paired up over here. All right, we'll go into details here. All right, let's go ahead and put these guys in pairing mode. Let's see. All right, they're already picked up here, so we're going to go ahead and pair them. All right, we're going to pair that. Okay, and as you can see here, they are paired up to the tablet. So let's go back into the Z Fold 6. We're going to turn Bluetooth back on. And right away, they are connecting automatically, all by themselves. All right, so as you can see here, they are both paired and connected to both devices. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pop these in. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to really quickly go through. We're going to pull up a video. And we're going to go ahead and play and test the audio, the multi-point feature, and to see if they have audio switching. All right. So we're going to grab one here. All right, we got that one up. And let's go ahead and grab one here. All right, let's pause that quick. We got that up. All right, so now we got videos on both of these. Let's start with the tablet. All right, we got audio playing on the tablet. On the tablet. All right, let's pause that. Let's go over to the Z Fold 6. We got audio playing there as well. All right. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to see if they have audio switching, meaning I'm going to hit play here on the tablet. And if it does work, the audio here on the Z Fold 6 will pause and then be transferred, or be switched rather, over to the tablet. So here we go. It does work. Took a couple seconds, but it did switch over. All right, let's go back. All right, there's a 3-second delay from the transition. One more time. 1, 2. All right, it got faster now. So they do have audio switching. Fantastic. On top of multi-point, on top of being able to use it with LDAC. Fantastic. I love it all across the board. Let's continue. All right, what we're going to do now is the mono mode test. We're going to see if we can listen to one of these earbuds while the other one is charging in the case. We've got our song already queued up, so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, we got audio playing out of both, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the right earbud. And take that in. Close the case. We still got audio playing out of the left earbud. All right, so let's go ahead and put that back in. Notice there's no pausing or anything like that because there's no wear detection sensor on these earbuds. All right, now, excuse me, we got music playing out of both earbuds, so we're going to go ahead and go to the left, take that one out. Case and close. Audio is still playing out of the right earbud, no problem. Basically doubling the battery life of these earbuds. Always a good thing. Let's continue. All right, up next is the touch control feature. So we're going to go ahead and try that. Remember, there's only 3 options that you got. You've got double tap, triple tap, and press and hold, which press and hold cannot be changed at all. That just cycles through your noise canceling. All right, so we're going to work on the first 2, the double tap and the triple tap for each earbud. So if you go ahead and we're going to hit play here. All right, we got music playing. Now, if I wanted to double tap on either the left or right earbud, I have it set to pause or 1, 2. It paused it. That was the left earbud. Now we're going to do the right. 1, 2. And it starts the audio again. All right. So then on the triple tap on my left, it will take me to the previous song or the beginning of the song I'm listening to right now. So let's go 1, 2, 3. See, it took me back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm back to the previous song. So if I do triple tap on my right earbud, it's going to take me to the next song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And I'm back to the next song on that list. So again, the press and hold feature activates and deactivates or cycles through your noise canceling. Either ANC or transparency. But again, that cannot be changed. All right. So again, for what you are offered, they do work rather well. Very quick response. I can't complain about that. I just wish you had more options. Let's continue.
This is a mic test with the One More Q21 True Wireless Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the One More Q21 True Wireless Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the One More Q21 True Wireless Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the One More Q21 True Wireless Earbuds in a crowded location.
All right, we are out for an ANC test with the 1MORE Q21 earbuds. As you can see, we have them in. Right now, we are currently in transparency mode on the app, and as you can hear, we've got traffic moving back and forth. We got a little bit of wind, a little bit of a breeze here, so I'm picking up everything just fine with transparency mode. Nothing sounds muffled or anything like that. Is it crystal clear? No. But I can definitely, I definitely have no problem hearing what's going on. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to switch these over to noise canceling. All right, ANC has effectively been turned on. And I had to admit, it did get a little quieter. The wind noise did quiet down quite a bit. Again, I can feel it on my skin and the wind on my skin and everything. And we got cars riding back and forth right behind me. And I can hear them. They're not as loud as they would be in transparency mode, but I can definitely hear them. Now, again, I did switch to the larger ear tips or a better seal and a better fit. And I'm also not listening to any music while I'm doing this test. So if I had to rate these from 1 to 5, 1 being the absolute best, or 10 being the absolute best, I don't know why I said 5, it's 1 to 10, sorry. 10 being the absolute best, 1 being the absolute worst, I will comfortably give these I would say about 6.5. 6.5, I feel comfortable with that. All right, not blocking out a lot of not blocking out a lot of sound, but definitely deadening it so it's not as loud coming in to the earbud. So this has been an ANC test for the 1MORE Q21 earbuds. Not, about average. All right, back in for the sound test. Now, we do not have a customizable EQ for these in the app. So we're going to go ahead with the presets that they have set up for us. I am still using the large ear tips. I swapped them out for the noise canceling test, and I'm keeping them in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start off here. We're going to go ahead. We got our music queued up. Let's go ahead and switch cameras. All right, so you guys can see me. All right, so here we go. Song number 1. We're going to turn it this way. Let's get our cutaway in here. There we go. All right, first song, all acapella. We're going to start here. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it this way so I can pull up the app. And we're going to go ahead and start on our studio setting here. So here we go. All right. We are at my optimal listening level. They sound kind of low, but we're in studio, so there is a flat EQ setting. So let's go into voice enhancement since this is an all acapella song. All right, real quick, I want to make sure that we are in. Okay, we in transparency. Let's go switch that to noise canceling. Should have done that before. All right. Again, very clear, but sounds kind of low in voice enhancement. Let's go to classical. All right. Okay. Then hit a pop. Let's go to bass boost. Okay. The only two options. Let me. The only two options I did see on there that made a difference was voice enhancement, classical. You could tell the difference there, but when you go into pop and bass boost, you're really not. I'm not hearing any difference. And of course, studio is just a flat sound, so there's really not much to it there. So let's go ahead and get into our second song here. All right, we got our bass song. Here we go. Now we're in the bass boost option here. It's got kind of a punch. It's rather low sounding. Let's turn this up. Okay. I like the bass here. Nice punch. The reverb is nice and clean. But the fact that I have to get up to this level shows exactly how low these headphones, the earbuds are. But I like the way they sound right now. All right, let's go into pop. Okay, you can definitely tell the bass difference now. The vocals are very clear, but the bass really dropped off here. Let's go back in. Yeah. Okay. Again, the you can definitely tell the bass difference, the bass change in the different presets. Uh, again, I, I just they're just naturally low sounding earbuds in my opinion, but and once I turned them up, they did sound better to me, in my opinion. The bass didn't distort anything like that. So you nice punch even at the higher volume levels. The reverb, the fadeaway it sound even better as it got louder. So there's that. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna get into our final song here real quick. And again, the soundstage is decent. Seemed kind of tight, but decent. Here we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and we got Avrat's playing. Let's go start with studio. Again, the echoing just goes on forever, man. Again, this is a flat, as you can see, it's just a flat setting. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go to bass boost. And we got the rattling instrument in the right ear. Again, soundstage is not as decent, but not too wide. Okay. Now we got the bass coming in. We got the clanging instrument in the left ear. You definitely have to turn this up to get any type of enjoyment out of it. Okay, now this is pretty much where I would expect it at my 65% range. This is where I would expect my audio to be. Maybe even 50 at this point, but it's way up the line. Let's go ahead and go classical. Okay, now that's a little brighter of a sound. I like that with this song. All right, let's go ahead and try pop. Yeah, I was in classical. Gives you the a great combination of everything. All right, went ahead a little longer than I wanted to on that, but yes, again, very low sounding natural volume. But once you got it up into the higher, once you got up to higher decibels, they sound much better. The bass was even better on these as well. It's a shame that these don't have a graphic equalizer. You could really fine tune them even at the lower volume levels. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to my likes and dislikes. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my likes and dislikes of the of the 1MORE Q21 earbuds. First, let's go ahead and talk about my dislikes. No fast charging, no wireless charging. They should have more touch control features, and the overall volume. I kind of wish they were a little louder and naturally and everything. And yes, you turn them up to the higher decibel levels, and they do sound better. But I really would like them. I really wouldn't have to. Wish I didn't have to do that for these earbuds. Again, no fast charging, no wireless charging. Okay, I understand. They're aiming at trying to keep the price low, but still, those features should be embedded in there. At least the fast charging, wireless charging, I think, should be automatic. Fast charging, okay, I could see that being taken away, but definitely wireless charging on there, or vice versa. Either one, or one or the other, or both. I believe they both should have. They should have been on here in some form or fashion. The touch controls, again, even at this price point, you still need to be able to do more than double and triple tap, and then be able to adjust those. You should have. I understand some of these they do away with the single tap because of accidental touches, but I don't think that's a really big issue, especially in this day and age with earbuds and everything. Let me see. I think let's see. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's everything of my dislikes of these. Let's go ahead and talk about my likes. First of all, the case. I like how thin the case is. Can really slide into a pocket with no problem. I also like the way the earbuds look aesthetically with that matte with the single gold trim down the center on the stem. The touch controls are very responsive for the ones that we do have. Excuse me. And let's see, the fit and feel, they're very comfortable. I did switch out to the larger ear tip, but they are very comfortable and they stay in place through a vigorous movement. I haven't tried these like if I'm in a full blown sweat to see how secure they stay, but so far, once I have them in, they're in and they do not move at all. So very comfortable earbud to have for long term use. So let me see. The app is decent. I guess mics seem to be okay. They could be better. And the noise canceling could definitely be better in my opinion. So let me see. I mean, I understand for the price point what we're looking at here, but I think that those things could be improved upon. And I think that covers all my likes and dislikes of the 1MORE Q21 earbuds. Let's wrap this up. So this has been an unboxing and review of the 1MORE Q21 True Wireless Earbuds. If you're definitely in the market rather for a budget pair of earbuds to have like in your gym bag or something like that, or for like a younger family member or something, definitely want to take a look at these earbuds for the price point. I think they're worth it. And of course, this is a good starter one if you're getting someone into the earbud game and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a pair of earbuds, but yet want them to have some of the features that you enjoy. You definitely want to look at these. All right, so Again, huge shout out to One More for reaching out to the channel and providing these for honest unboxing and review. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And I'll see you guys on the next one.